welcome to a new episode of ETRetail Café by ETRetail. Today we have a very important guest. Why important? Because he has seen how malls have evolved here in India. He has built the malls from scratch and took them to heights. We have today with us Mukesh Kumar, who is the CEO of Infiniti Malls, along with being a business head of new businesses. Welcome to ETRetail Café.
Thanks, Charo. Thank you very much for making part of this. It's just something very different. I've been participating in a lot of those events and forums where I talk to people, but it's something very different, very exclusive. I'll be happy to talk to you on this.
Oh, lovely. So tell me one thing, you started your career like very early, somewhere around 88, being a part of hospitality industry. You spent 25 years in hospitality and then shifted to malls. How your journey has been, how hospitality happened, how retail happened. Can you take us to the journey of yours, please?
Very obvious choice. I did my hotel management 1985 to 18 from IHM Chennai. Obviously, you have to get into hospitality field. So I joined a hotel in Chennai for a few months. Then I said, that's not working very well for me because you becoming part of the system. You have to do something very different. What you've learned, how do you implement it? Fortunately, there's a startup company. When I say startup company, a real startup, it was a timeshare concept, very new concept. And I think when I joined that company, it was the second player in that industry. First, I think, was Dalmia. This was the second company. Again, promoted by professionals, not by entrepreneurs, they're professionals. So they got some money. It's a very new concept. Let's start doing this. So, and in 1989, we just happened to go to their office. He said, boy, what, looking for young people to join our company. Why don't you join us? I said, what is there for us? And we say, we're still young. So, well, no harm in trying. Good place we got from Chennai, moved to Kodaikanal. That was our first job. We started enjoying it. First 3 months were very, very tough because we didn't know coming from a city to a small place, very difficult task. I remember I had a friend of mine, we joined together. So first 1 month I said, boss, let's move. This is not the place working for us. He said, wait for some time, let's see how it goes. Then second month he said, you're saying right, let's go. I said, wait for another 1 month. I started enjoying it. Then it went off. But I think I must give credit for this to my general manager. He was so friendly. And he was also building a team. It was 32 cottages resort, timeshare resort.
Okay.
And we had another resort in Ooty. It's called Sterling Holiday Resorts. So there's a startup company. And we got so much exposure, got so much responsibility at a very early age. And when we joined management training, and 2 years, there's so much of learning from different people, from projects, from operations, from engineering, from horticulture, development, whatnot. If you go to an established company, what happens? You become part of the system.
Yeah.
You are just learning from them in a particular department. Here it was very different. So learning was immense in first few years, and I grew pretty fast in that company. Again, I would say I was lucky even to grow from management training within 2.5 years to assistant manager and the resort manager in 4 years' time, 1.5 years' time. From there, I moved from Kodaikanal to Ooty. Again, Ooty was under construction, so I became part of the project team, built a new resort. Then I moved to a place called Manali. I was there for 3 years. Then moved to Darjeeling. And since I said the company was growing, they were getting a lot of new challenges. And I became from hospitality person, got into budgeting, marketing, projects. So I had a lot of responsibilities because I had so much learnings. So I think I grew pretty fast from hospitality, from timeshare resort, then I moved to something very different. I got into American Embassy. I said, let's work with the Americans. Let's work with your consumers who are not locals. Very interesting experience. So I worked with them for the handling the supermarket, their commissary, their restaurant, the recreation, their apartments. And but after 2 years, I realized this is not the place you're going to be there a very long time because their profit is not the motive for them.
Yeah.
They're a very captive audience. So you have to look at something very different. But managed that. They had 3 years contract back. After 3 years, I don't want to work with them anymore. Then I joined back another hotel in Calcutta. Then I came to Mumbai, worked with Care as a Reality, and I good 5-6 years with the hotel business. I said, what next? You're doing the same thing day in, day out. Of course, you want to build a team, you have to show profitability, business starts growing, like normal growth, you have 10-12%. And fortunately, business doing well, so I didn't have too many challenges. What next? Then I went to my boss, I said, sir, what next? Then he gave me warning to start getting to mall business. I said, I don't know anything about it. He said, it doesn't matter. We already have a mall, learn from there. I'm there to teach you. And he did a lot of hand holding for a few months. I think 2009 we had this conversation, and 2010 April I started participating in projects, pre-opening, leasing. First with F&B for 3-4 months, then moved to complete leasing. And 2011 we were ready to operate. So I won't say I'm a veteran in mall business. I'm still a hotel guy at heart. That doesn't go far, because I was very happy when I went back to the hotel last year for 6 months. I said, back to my place, which I love, talking to your guests. Here we call them customers, there we call them guests.
Yeah.
And it was great interacting, building small, there are new challenges. A luxury hotel, work with them, make sure your guests are happy, you spend time with them, have a drink with them, have a meal with them. Very different experience compared to this. This is what happens in the mall business. Of course, you also meet people here, but you're mostly meeting people or retailers or the vendors. Very different experience, but I think by and large, that's been a good experience.
So when you come from the hospitality to mall business specifically, what were the learnings that you brought along with from there to here?
I think it's all about relationship. Mall is about, you divide it into two parts. One is about relationship, which you also have with the guest. You have a lot of guests, a lot of corporates. You have to build a relationship so they keep coming back to you. Same thing with the retailers also. So that's one part, making sure that you have a relationship, you get your guests back, and same thing you get your retailers back. That really helped me very much. And number two is about the facility management. Hotels, why do you think a lot of people from the hotel industry are joining the malls? Because they have eye for details.
Yeah.
So you're easy to maintain the facility very well, build a good team, make sure it's cleanliness, hygiene factor when people come to the mall. When you come to a mall, you see basically hygiene is very, very important.
Yes.
And the hotel business has that eye for details, making sure that everything is maintained very well, upkeep is very good. This really helped me in getting into this business.
So when we talk about almost a veteran, you said you are in the
hotel business. This I'm still learning. I'm still learning this.
But you joined very early the mall business as well. So
yeah, I was maybe about 23, 45 years, which is again changed from the hotel business, which I'm happy about.
So what were the challenges at that point of time, and what were the challenges of running a mall right now?
I think I had no challenges as far as this mall is concerned.
Okay.
Leasing was not a challenge at all. I think must give credit to my promoter. He timed it very well. Why I say timed it very well? Why he took a pause? The construction started sometime 2007-8. Then it stopped for 2 years because market was terrible that time. 2008 happened and all that. He said, no, let's not. He stopped the construction. We started in 2009 and I came on board in 2010. That's the time a lot of international brands coming to India. They want to set up shops. And there are not too many options for them. The next store was in Orbit. They had too many anchors. They had some vanilla stores, not much space available. So that was a time. It's very easy to lease the mall. You have to make sure you get the best rate. But choices were there. We didn't take much time to fill the mall. I think it may have been a record that we got into our occupancy. Occupancy was almost 95% before we launched it in terms of signing the leases. Except for one space, which was hypermarket, we were very clear we will not give it. We'll want an international company to set up the hyperstore. The rest, all the places were leased out before you opened it. Of course, the fit out took time. That's a different thing altogether. Leasing is concerned, I think we didn't have too much challenge. You just have to make sure that you get the right price, right brand at the right place. Challenge is only that how do you get some brands who have been used to being in the ground floor to the second floor? That was the issue. We didn't have a problem with the demand. You only have to make sure that we get the right space at the right zone.
Okay.
So some say, boss, I have been in all the malls on ground floor. Why do you want to give me second floor? That's the only challenge. But we have to push them, we have to tell them, give them rational. That the customer coming to the mall for shopping, we want to make sure they go to all the floors. If I get all the premium brands and the brand which pulls people on the ground floor, who'll go to first and second floor? So we created different zones for ground floor, first floor, second floor, and third floor. Once they understood the rationale, we didn't really have a big challenge.
And right now?
We follow the same thing. So we want to make sure that we have, we churn brands which are not doing very well. You also have to look at the catchment. And you look at how the catchment is changing, customers are also changing.
Yeah.
Somebody with a certain salary today, he's gone to that salary here.
Yeah.
You have to get in the right branch so he can come back to you. So very important, positioning has to change slowly. So you can look at now we're getting a little more premium brand. And as we also know that D2C brand is doing well. Some of the brands, we also make sure they also come, but not a very large number. But you have to get some brand to the store which are popular, which also brings in people, because the consumer, they're buying online, they also want to see something offline.
Yeah.
It also helps them, it also helps us.
So consumers you're talking about. So consumer behavior, what were the expectations at that point of time, and how has it changed over the time now?
It's all evolving. Let me tell you, there's no end to it. It's all evolving. When we started this mall, we had brands like Mango, Zara, which was unheard of in this part of the city.
Yeah.
There was one in Palladium. There's nothing this size, so they're very happy coming shopping here. So we got all the relevant brands that time, which were in demand, which people deprived of this part of the city. We got those brands here, and they worked for many years. Some brands left, didn't do very well. Some brands couldn't connect with the customers. Maybe they're too early to the market. Some brands left. We had to replace them with the newer brands. We also had to get some established brands. It's very important to have all the categories.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that you have athleisure, you got formals, you got informals, you got ethnic, you got footwear, you got home. We had to mix all the categories are there. So we still went in the same philosophy that you must have all the categories, unless some categories which are completely dead. Like some category like your books, your MTV, what they used to sell, to cassettes and all, they're kind of dead. So we had to make sure that they are not there anymore. So we started removing those brands. We also have to make sure that we have the right size. Some brands they are taking larger space. That one, there's no online. When the online came, we have to slowly start reducing the spaces. It's an ongoing journey. Every day there is a learning. So when you learn, then you get to brand according to the way what the consumer wants. So it's all consumer driven.
It's consumer driven. When you said technology came into play, e-commerce came into play. So when technology came into play, did it come with its own set of challenges, or was it for the ease of the malls? How did it help you?
Let me tell you, 2015, 14, 15, the e-commerce came. Maybe 16, one of those years. We were very worried. All of us are very worried. All the mall guys, boss, how are you going to manage this? Everybody is going to online. So, their comfort, their convenience, they've got discount. Why they come to the mall? And we had a lot of brainstorming. What do we do about it? We said, let's do Omnichannel. So we got very heavily into Omnichannel. Nobody succeeded. Nobody succeeded. We all thought it's a great thing to do. That let's have Omnichannel. So what happens? A consumer, before coming to the mall, he looks at inventory for the store. He says, what I want to buy is already there. I can't pick it up. So he started click and collect. Some people started click and deliver. And finally, I realized that it's the wrong thing to do. Because you can't compete in the marketplace. Who are you competing with? Amazon, Flipkart, can you compete with them? No. As a consumer, if I want to buy something, I've got millions of choices. Why should I go to mall? So that's not my competition at all. That's not my expertise. I'm not here to deliver what consumer. I'm here to what I have in the mall. What do? Create experiences. You started working in the brands. How do you create better experience? They also, I'm not saying that they also understood. Yeah. How do you get the people to the store? Create experiences. Make sure that they have convenience. That means when you come to the store, I don't have a particular color or the size. Can I get from the store?
Yeah.
It's like giving this convenience to the customers. So e-commerce, we thought we were going to compete. No, we cannot compete with them. We're not here for that. So rather make sure that we have experiences which brings our people to the store.
But technology...
And categories, of course, very important to have categories. That you have category which will have no competition. Somebody wants to eat out, he wants to eat out. So what happened? Your FMCG started going up, your services started going up, let's salon, spa. I mean, you won't go home, of course, that also started these days, but experiences like salon, if you want to come get the services, your cafes, your entertainment. See, it jumped from 50, it used to be 15% earlier between entertainment and FMCG, it went to almost 30% today, because that brings in people.
So can we say the pie of retail is getting lesser in malls as compared to the FECs right now?
FECs, your theaters, your F&B, your services, because they pull people. I'm not saying retailers don't, they also pull people, but this is one thing you need to have these kind of systems. Now people started getting into, India has not started much, I'm sure we're going to reach there, like having clinic, having a laundry, having a crash. I mean, these are new categories which are going to bring in people. So some brand malls already started doing this. We're also going to reach there. It may not be caught on someone, but I think we have to create more service oriented so people come to you more.
See, everybody's talking about innovating the malls and taking them to new heights, maybe someday going in the future as well, because the consumer expectations are changing. The new generation is the one who is going to shop for next few years, not few, maybe many years now. So when we talk about innovation, innovation is one word that everyone is using. But what does that innovation means to everyone? That is, has failed to explain. How to
It's
innovate
the consumer journey. It's the consumer journey. When they come to your mall, the journey starts right from the entry. How to make the journey better? How to make sure that a customer coming to your mall doesn't have to wait for too long to get the card checked or getting a ticket for the parking? Or somebody is pedestrian, he can get to the mall easily. How does he navigate in the mall? How do you give him information when he reaches the mall? Can we have a directory or a navigation path that he can reach there? All the malls have started having all this. That when you come to a place, where that store is. Okay, just go to that kiosk and check the stories here.
Yeah.
How to either where are your washroom? Is your parking good enough? Is it clean? Are your washroom good enough? Do you do enough in events? Very important that you have enough events. You have enough promotion. Today, what happened today? I mean, some few years back, nobody knew that you only knew about the school and college about Independence Day. That happens in the mall today. You have things like Janmashtami. They go, what do you call that? Dahi
Handi, yeah.
is done in the mall. So any that events which we are getting disconnected, now getting connected again to the local events, local festivals. These are ways to also get people. And as far as the technology is concerned, also as talked about Omnichannel, we're still working on it. We are not given up. Get a loyalty program. Make sure when you've been come to the mall, we identify the guests coming to the mall with the card numbers, and we send them notifications there's something new happening. Create a loyal customer base. Send them notifications. Give them some freebies. Get people there. Celebrate their successes. All these things are part of the same technology thing what we do.
So technology is one part of it. Events is one part of it, and when we talk about innovation in depth, so can we see that malls are open to more new categories and will let them in and explore new things for consumers?
Actually, I say the categories are basically about the services, how to get more services to the mall, how to get more. F&B is still growing. We are not really still growing. How do you get more salons and spas in the place? As I said, we're also looking at getting some kind of clinic and laundry. Even somebody like Mochi doing mending, you don't find them anywhere. We also do things like flea market. There are customers, they used to shopping only in the mall. They will not go to the high street.
Yeah.
So malls have started doing Diwali festival or Rakhi festival. So you come and buy everything here, you don't have to really go out. So every Diwali we have people selling diyas. Rakhi starts selling diyas. How do you have more connect with the consumers? So these are I would say these are new avenues and new areas to get more people in. Like we have flea market every weekend. Every week it changes. Something I can't keep throughout the year, we create a flea market. So that you still get those consumers in. Malls cannot really do everything, all the categories. That's why flea market is started, which attracts a lot of new people. Also in the food for that matter. Something I can't give in the food court, can I give them separately? We started something like a theater on the terrace. We show old movies. So once in a week, we have something on the terrace, have a bite, have a drink, and watch a movie in open air. It's like a drive-in theater. Of course, it's not drive-in, but you can park a car and go and watch. It's a new experience. That brings in people again.
So malls are trying to create new experiences for consumers.
Yes. Because if you don't do it, if you just do the same thing again and again, they won't come back to you. You have to go on doing something different. You need to understand what the customer wants, what the consumer wants. How do I get him to the mall? Today, if I have sent a notification, I've got this event. He's got some reason to come to you. If you do not inform them, if you do not do something new, you can't inform them. So these are touch points. You go on sending, even for that matter, with the brands also. If the brands want to do some promotion, we inform to the customers because we've got something different. So their database is our database. It goes to the consumer. Another reason to come to the mall.
So, Mukesh, you have a vision how the future is going to be like for the malls, but I'm very sure hiring the right talent to take your vision ahead is very important. So, when you hire the talent for your team, what three qualities that you look into them?
First of all, when I look at the attitude of the person, somebody is willing to change, adapt to you what you want. Number two, somebody very important to look at here, the right kind of experience. When I say experience, why as I say, we look at somebody from hospitality or eye for details. The experience is very, very important. I don't really pay too much attention to qualification, but of course, you must have basic qualification. But somebody got the right kind of experience. And he is one guy who can deliver and he's willing to change. If you have somebody who's not willing to change, then there's a problem. Somebody gets stuck in this way, things have to be done, then you're not looking at future. And of course, the integrity and all those are very important.
But when you've hired the right talent, it's important to train them as well to make sure they become the future CEOs. So, what three qualities you inculcate into them then?
Very important to be updated. Very important for you to understand what's happening around you. You can't be sitting in your room all the time thinking that things are going to change. You have to go and see it. So I make sure that people visit different places, see what's happening around you, do a lot of learning, do a lot of self-studies. See, that means you are willing to change and willing to bring new changes to you. Innovation, that is somebody is willing to innovate things, do things very differently than it's been done in the past. You already have a system set, how are you going to change it? How are you going to challenge that? Look at issues within the system, how do you make it better? Be very consumer friendly. Consumer may have a very small thing. Listen to him, because if you don't listen to him, there is somebody else there to listen to him.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't complain. You say, if I'm not happy, I will not just come back to you. The moment a complaint comes, take it very seriously. May come as a complaint, may come as a feedback, may come as a suggestion. Be open to all this. Don't say, fine, everything is fine. No, look at this very, very seriously. And number two, somebody is willing to change the right attitude. He doesn't just fall back to the system. He wants to create something different. A lot of research, a lot of backing. These are the right ingredients.
To make them future CEOs?
Yeah, and communicate, very important, communicate. It's my habit to communicate. When I have no answer, I say I have no answer today. Give me a week's time to come back to you. Communicate on time. Don't sit on issues. Don't sit on fights, and empower people. I believe in a lot of empowerment. I don't keep things to myself. Everybody's got empowered to take decisions. You're allowed to make mistakes. It's okay, but don't sit on it. Make mistakes, I'll back you up. But when you make a mistake, learn from it. Don't make the same, don't repeat. You're allowed to make mistakes because you're taking decision, making decision. You are born to make mistakes, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and make a decision.
So that's really nice, Mukesh. When you talked about that, when I introduced you, I talked about new businesses also. So what sort of new businesses are you building? Are they in retail or are they out of retail? Would you love to share something over here, or would you like to refrain right now? So how's the situation?
No, I would say that yes, we want to grow this portfolio as far as the mall is concerned. We also want to grow the portfolio hotel business that we have. But besides these two, we are looking at something very different. It's a little too early to really talk which business we want to get into, but currently under evaluation stage. We looked at a couple of industry, which is a sunrise industry. We're looking at what's going to happen in the next 10 to 15 years. Any business you get into, you have to look at what will happen in 10 to 15 years time. Will that sustain for 10, 15 years? Where can we be able to change those business to something else?
Yeah.
So we're looking at all these things. Little too early. Maybe give us 6 to 9 months time. We're going to announce something. The work in progress, I would say.
We are all ears to it. And when we talk about Infiniti Malls, how do you see it shaping in the future?
So we are looking at a few locations. It was always there on the cards. From the time we started our mall, we looked at a lot of development. Somehow didn't happen. There were right valuation. There are many issues, the multiple things didn't really happen. Some of the places we liked very much. There's some litigation, we couldn't buy that property. Some places we saw it were good property, but again we realized that it's overvalued. Didn't happen. Again, you got to put focus back on those acquisitions. Now we are open to greenfield, brownfield, even something which is operational. There's few things are being evaluated now. I'm hoping that next few months something may materialize.
Really looking forward to that. It was a pleasure talking to you today. But before we wrap it up, I want to have a rapid fire with you. There are certain questions I'll ask you quickly, and you have to answer without thinking, in a blink of an eye. So my first question is, one business book that you have read, and what have you learned from that?
So I would say there are two books. First book was Autography of Lee Iacocca. What a reading that was. That changed my entire perspective. And the number to admire is the guy called Shiv Khera. You can win. So much of learning from these two books.
So one retailer or the brand that you admire a lot.
I would say in the current crop, I would rather keep it to Indian brands. Wow Momos done extremely well, not even 10 years. Number two, Rare Rabbit. They're doing wonderfully well. And really, the way they have grown and I like the homegrown brand doing well. And they are being well respected by the consumers in India. And they give run to the money to the local, to the international brands.
Though you run a mall business, where do you shop from? Online or offline?
I just a mix. I would say the same. It's a mix. I'm not really a big shopper, but I buy online, I buy offline. If you have to buy something immediately, I may buy online. Something you can wait for something, I rather go buy offline. But it's a mix. I won't really say that because I'm running a shopping mall, so should I only buy offline? No, I have to buy online.
If not in hospitality and retail, what else you would have been doing?
I haven't learned anything else. Only these two I've learned. But you never know. The way I move from hotel to shopping mall, if you get into new businesses, maybe I'll make a switch over. I don't know. You can never say no for anything.
Everybody knows that you are running the show right now at the Infiniti Malls, but what do you do in your free time?
See, my morning starts 6:30. Go for a walk in the morning. Come back, get ready, come to the mall. In the evening, generally when I go back home, when I'm not going anywhere, watch something on TV, read some book. I listen to music generally when I go for a walk in the morning. When I was in Calcutta, it was a great place to be in, so I used to play golf every day, which is completely gone in Mumbai. I can't do it. And the weekend, generally, we'd spend time with the friends, and I travel. We take too many holidays.
My last question to you. If we talk about the retail industry, we have seen many brands which have built their business sustainability, but they have taken their own sweet time. But when we talk about new age brands, they don't think of profitability and they just pick the money and they build their brand and disrupt the category in a way. What do you think is the right way to grow the business, and any advice you want to give to the upcoming businesses in India?
I think very important to be sustainable today. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking at something which is going to be long term, you have to make sure you stick to those basic philosophy of being sustainable. And how do you recycle? How do you reuse? It should not only be in the drawing room, not only in a corporate meeting. It has to be practiced by everybody in the company. You got to make sure that the habit goes to everyone, and you have to reward people. But it has to be part of it has to go into your blood, that it has to be sustainable. If I say no plastic, it shouldn't be no plastic. You have to change something. But it should not remain only in your corporate meeting. It has to go on and become part of the value system. That we want to make profit, that we want to train your people. Yes, the same way I do all the sustainability practices.
Cool. Thank you so much for sharing much information with us.
Thank you, Charu. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for talking to me.
It was really a pleasure talking to you today.
Thank you.
I hope you also enjoyed the conversation. We'll be back again next week with a new retailer and a new story. Till then, bye-bye.